Hunting here at the Timbers, it's been an interesting experience. Bill, the owner, he's got a unique style of hunting elk. I mean, he calls it low impact elk hunting, and it really truly is. I mean, he's got access all over here, right around the Timbers Lodge. Anywhere we saw elk, and we'd go out scouting in the evenings or the mornings, and yep, we could hunt this property, you could hunt that property. He had property all over the place. But what was neat about it, he didn't just blunder into the area and go look for a shooter. We'd sit on the edge, we'd look for an elk. If we saw a shooter, then we'd go in after him. Or conversely, he might know where there was a shooter at since he'd been scouting and had some guys scouting for him. So by doing that, he wasn't just going in, messing up his elk country and running elk off of the property. He always knew where they're at, and if you went in hunting them, it was a real surgical strike to go in, shoot the one bull he was looking for, and then get back out without being seen.
Yeah, let's just stay here for a second. About 400 yards in front of us, we've identified some of those elk coming up out of that draw. We're seeing 2 spikes and a cow. It's unfortunate they've caught us in a position we're kind of pinned, and we're going to sit here and be patient for a minute. Cross our fingers, they'll drop back down to that draw. That'll allow us to close the gap. We need to close about 200 yards for fencing. We're either going to have to be conservative or aggressive. And I think the consensus here is let's try and close a deal for fence tonight and get as close as we can. We still have not seen the big bull since our original sighting, but there's about 5 spikes. At least 5 spikes in a 3x3, along with a half dozen cows. They'll graze, they lay down in bed, then they'll get up and graze, and they just kind of got us in a predicament. But I think we'll make an aggressive move here and see if we can close the distance and pick up that bull.
With the decision made to move aggressively, the guys pull back and attempt to circle ahead of the feeding elk. Their objective is the cover of the wooded draw, where they will try to position themselves for an ambush.
He's coming right at us. There's a cow right in front of him.
Okay, he's following the cow, right?
Yeah, back of that cow. I think I got a clear shot. Shoot him. Shoot him. You hit him. Hold him up. Hold him up.
Wait, no, shooting at the cows all around him. I saw a cow behind him.
He's sick. You bolted it.
Yeah, just hold. There's cows right behind him. I saw one move.
He just went down. He's not. He's sick. Good job. Good job, man.
Bill,
Hey,
thank you.
Did he get?
That was exciting. My heart is still pumping.
That's what elk hunting's all about. That feeling you got right now.
Yeah, that was a great hunt, Bill. I don't, your first elk hunt out here, see this kind of stuff. I mean, how long have we played with these bulls, and these cows in here? Probably, what, 2 hours now?
Yeah, this is the group we came to hunt.
And the cool thing is that we could have taken, if we'd have stayed where we were at, it would have been about a 400-yard shot. That's a long poke out here. So we circled back around out in here, and I mean, I took one step up this little rise, and I could see elk in here moving. So we just, quickly settled down in there, and you got in position, and you closed the deal.
As we said, as soon as we left the house, we had this particular herd of elk in mind to hunt. They had been spotted for us this morning, and we had that 400-yard opportunity and thought we ought to close the gap. But I got to tell you, Mike, we made a couple moves I got pretty nervous about. And I think what I was nervous about is when we got on them, they'd be right on top of us, and that's exactly what happened. Right. And so many times that'll happen, and it's too close and it doesn't work. Right. But we made some great calls tonight. We did some good hunting. We had a good shooter, and we closed the deal. So
Hey, Vince, how close was that one to us? Did you see that cow right in front of us that was, I don't know how close she was. She was right on us.
What was it, 50 yards, 40 yards? I'll tell you, my heart is still beating. This is probably one of the most exciting things I've done, hunting-wise or anything to get the old heart pumping. It's really been an experience.
What do you think we're going to do today?
well, what I had in mind is we're going to go on the west side of this property. We're going to kind of hunt it just the opposite. We're going to get down in those sage flats and glass the water holes and the hills, looking for these elk to come down. As bright as it is today, they may wait till late to come. But I'm pretty sure we'll be in the elk tonight.
Dismounting from the truck, Mike tops off the magazine of his Savage Model 116 Weather Warrior. He's got a strong feeling that his rifle is going to speak tonight.
Just sneaking up in here, looking for these forward ranges. We heard a couple of cows whistle right behind us here, probably 100 yards, 150 yards back, right in the timber here. Now a bull just sounded off, so we got a group of bulls and cows right behind us here. We're just gonna sit here and wait and see what happens, but more than likely they're gonna feed right out in front of us.
I think we're just going to sit here and be patient. What we smelled back here was probably these elk further than these trees. You know, our western fence line's right over there, but I believe these elk are on us now. We'll give it a few more minutes here. Nothing happens, we're going to pull out and go around to see if we can get at them on another angle.
The elk have cleverly given the hunters the slip. But Bill knows his country, and he knows too that the elk are somewhere in front of them. All they have to do now is find them before the sun slips below the horizon. They cover the ground quickly, alert for any sign of the elk.
That ain't a bad little six either, is it? He's got a cool wave on his mane.
Yeah, now what we can do, if he's something we're interested in, we're going to get up here on this point right here. Okay. We need to try to get a shot at him.
Let's do that.
I want to back out. Go back around just in these trees to use this to cover our area. Okay?
Okay, okay.
I don't want to just go straight across.
Mike moves quickly now to close the gap between him and the bull. Still in all, with that bull in the open, it's going to be a long poke for his 300 Win Mag.
I'll get your breath about you.
There he is right there. Yeah, he's still 423 yards. Oh, we could probably pick up another.
That's close to get good.
.340, I can make that shot. Make it down prone.
There you go. Good job.
Thank you, man. The Savaginator. The Savage just worked awesome. 300.
Went right down.
Yeah, 340-yard shot. It just held right about his spine, and he dumped.
I straight
116's a heck of a gun, huh?
It is. That thing's a tack driver.
It worked.
Well, just like this, hunting this open country like this, you never know if you're going to get a long shot. You hunt this timber, you get one at 10 yards. You went out here, I mean, he was going away. You weren't going to get any closer to him. You got to be able to, make those shots. You know, that was awesome. That gun did it. Thank you, buddy. You had him dialed too. You're like, no, sneak right down here. We'll kill him. And you're right. Shoot, we got two more bulls working up here. You hear them bugling.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll probably just lay low here a few minutes and let him die
Yep, sounds good.
and not disturb these elk, and they'll never know we took one of them.
Yep. Oh yeah, he's done. Man, what a ride. Thank you.
Glad to be a part of it.
Man, you had this thing pegged. I mean, from the time we walked in here today, we were right on elk. You said there was like 5 bulls up in here, and I was like, okay, we'll see. But man, I'll tell you what, we had 3 bugling around us there.
Oh, to the right, yeah.
Try sneaking those guys. We run into this bull. This old joker was just coming across the flat there, and I didn't think we were going to get up on him. He was moving fast. After a pretty hurried little trot, we got down there and got a decent shot on him, and boy, he parked right here. But what a nice bull.
That was a great hunt. You did a good shot, Mike. I appreciate you bringing closure to it like that.
I'll tell you, it was more the savage than me. That thing is a tack driver. As you know, we sighted him in again yesterday after traveling here, and they just shoot like a house of fire. And that's the nice thing about those guns. You can bang them around, and they just stay bedded, and they stay shooting. And I got to tell you, thank you. This has been a great hunt. It's just been a treat being out here at your lodge and seeing the country you got here and getting on a bull like this in a short amount of time. It was a great hunt, brother.
Oh, it's a
Thank
pleasure
you.
to have you, Mike.
Thank you
You're
very
welcome
much.
back anytime.
Great
and
shot.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Thank you
Peterson's
for
and
coming out here.
Savage being here.